Mbappe did not join the French national team. The reason is that he wants to regain his best form to contribute more. But why would a player like Kylian Mbappe, who has scored 7 goals in 11 matches, feel indebted to Real Madrid? Is it just because of the injuries that interrupted his form? Or is it the pressure of wearing the prestigious white shirt? Perhaps it's not that simple. What really makes the star born in 1998 feel that he needs to do more for Real? Let's take a closer look. Is it the enormous expectations from the fans, the internal pressure from himself, or something else entirely? As we all know, Mbappe has joined the French team this time, but the reason is not due to injury. More precisely, he didn't need an official reason because, given recent events, everyone understands that the true boss of Kylian now is Real Madrid, not the French Football Federation. Didier Deschamps tried to calm the storm by stating that Mbappe is focused on recovering his fitness after an exhausting summer at the Euros. However, Mbappe's decision to stay in Madrid instead of joining the national team was certainly uncomfortable for many French fans, especially after a tumultuous Euros, where he had to struggle with a broken nose injury in the match against Austria. Shortly after, Mbappe became the center of attention again as he officially debuted for Real Madrid. The Bernabeu was packed, and the boy who made PSG bow before his decision immediately won the hearts of the Madridistas with his impeccable Spanish. Despite not training with the team until August, Mbappe shone right in the UEFA Super Cup, marking his debut with a goal. However, although the statistics look promising with 3 goals and 1 assist in 11 matches, Mbappe's performance hasn't been entirely convincing. A muscle injury sustained against Alaves also interrupted his momentum, causing him to miss the derby. Now, Mbappe knows that he still owes Real Madrid a promise of peak form. That's why he chose to stay in Madrid, working with fitness coach Antonio Pintus while the national team was playing. His goal is to quickly regain fitness and become the best version of himself. Many may criticize this decision, but Mbappe understands that the pressure at Real Madrid is far greater than when playing for the national team. His full focus on the royal team is inevitable. He knows that he not only needs to score goals, but must also prove to Real Madrid fans that he deserves to wear the white shirt. Marca presented an interesting concept regarding Mbappe's situation. He's going through a mini preseason at Real Madrid. This national team break for Mbappe is no different from a personal preseason. In essence, it's a time he's dedicating to training, improving his fitness, and getting back in shape, much like a short preseason preparation. Normally, players have a full preseason before the season starts to regain fitness and reach their best condition after the summer break. However, Mbappe didn't have enough time to participate in the official preseason due to his constant involvement in the Euros and only returned to Real Madrid late. Therefore, during this international break, instead of playing for France, Mbappe decided to stay in Madrid for intensive recovery training, making up for the preseason he missed. His goal is to reach his peak form and quickly get back on track for the rest of the season. Thus, it can be seen that Mbappe is prioritizing Real Madrid over the French team at this moment. And understandably so, as Real Madrid is not just a football club for Mbappe, but also his childhood dream that he needs to fulfill. In fact, Mbappe has belonged to Real Madrid for a long time. Looking back at Mbappe's first steps into Real Madrid, it was not just a brief trial, but also the first milestone in the long, destined relationship between Mbappe and the royal team of Spain. When he was 13 to 14 years old, Mbappe wore the youth team jersey for Cadete B of Real Madrid under the guidance of coach Rubén de la Red. What's special is that it was Zinedine Zidane himself who invited him and his family to visit Valdebebas, a rare opportunity that very few young players ever get. With his natural talent, Mbappe quickly showed his superiority compared to others his age. Initially, he was placed in the infantile squad, but after only a few days, the coach realized that this boy was technically and physically mature enough to play with Cadete B. This was unusual for such a young player. The coaches acknowledged that Mbappe stood out early on with his incredible speed and ball control. Although Mbappe didn't join Real Madrid at that time, his name was left behind at Real Madrid. Everyone understood that sooner or later, this boy would return to the Bernabeu, but as a major star. And sure enough, in 2024, Mbappe officially donned the Real Madrid jersey, completing a long and fateful journey. Looking at Mbappe's tumultuous journey to Real Madrid, it's impossible not to mention the legal aspects that played a crucial role in ensuring he had a smooth transfer path. This wasn't just one of the biggest transfers in football, but also a sophisticated legal story, reflecting Real Madrid's finesse in protecting their long-term interests. One of the main issues that prolonged the Mbappe deal was the legal dispute over the €55 million bonus that PSG claimed Mbappe had agreed to forego when he didn't activate his contract extension with the Paris club. However, Mbappe and his lawyers disagreed with this argument. They argued that PSG had no right to withhold that bonus based on agreements that were never signed or registered with the Ligue de Football Professionnel. This made the agreements nothing more than a gentleman's agreement. Though Real Madrid was not directly involved in the lawsuit, they played a significant role in providing legal support for Mbappe. The royal team did not rush to push for Mbappe's transfer while PSG still had legal ownership of the player. They chose to wait, knowing that with patience, Mbappe could join for free after just one more season, avoiding the astronomical transfer fees. This reflects Real Madrid's long-term strategy, not only wanting Mbappe, but ensuring he arrives at the Bernabeu with a completely transparent legal status. Los Blancos clearly did not want to repeat the mistakes made by Barcelona in the Neymar case, where prolonged legal disputes damaged the club's reputation. For Real Madrid, Mbappe is not just a player, but represents the future of the club. To ensure that future isn't jeopardized by legal disputes, they have been cautious with every step. This is what made the transfer process drag on and caused many to misunderstand that Real Madrid had lost interest in Mbappe, but in reality, they were building a long-term plan with strong legal backing. Why was PSG so confident they could win this dispute? The French club claimed that Mbappe had agreed to forego the €55 million bonus to return to PSG's main squad in August 2023. However, Mbappe's camp argued that the agreement was never officially signed. This created a tricky situation, with PSG accusing Mbappe of playing both sides, while Mbappe claimed PSG was trying to use an illegitimate agreement to avoid paying the money. Throughout this process, Real Madrid demonstrated remarkable patience. They refused to succumb to pressure from PSG and focused on providing legal support for Mbappe, ensuring that he would come to Real Madrid not only as a star, but as a completely free player, unbound by contractual or legal obligations. This allowed Real Madrid to maintain a strong position in the deal, avoiding unnecessary legal troubles in the future. Both PSG and Mbappe knew that this legal battle could drag on, but Real Madrid remained confident that they would ultimately prevail. This confidence stemmed from their belief that they were not only a powerful team on the pitch, but also had a solid legal team to protect their long-term interests. They not only want Mbappe to become a symbol of their future, but also want to ensure that he joins the club legally, without leaving any questions behind. With all these complex legal factors at play, it's clear that Real Madrid is building a legal fortress to ensure that Mbappe's career at the Bernabeu will not be affected by disputes with PSG. If everything goes according to plan, Mbappe will not only become Real Madrid's star, but also a new icon in world football. Mbappe has yet to fully meet expectations after a tumultuous summer. Many believed that he would explode at the beginning of the season, but his performances have not been particularly impressive. Perhaps he is still adapting to the new environment or facing immense pressure from both himself and the club. Nevertheless, Real Madrid has provided excellent support to help Mbappe regain his form. They even gave him the privilege of taking penalties, a privilege not every player gets. This is a way for him to gradually regain his scoring touch and confidence in matches. But will this be enough to bring Mbappe back to the top? or will this period be more challenging than many anticipate? One notable aspect is the relationship between Mbappe and Vinicius. Currently, Vinicius is Real Madrid's top star, and his ego is not small. Surprisingly, however, Vinicius has been very supportive of Mbappe, creating opportunities for him to shine on the pitch. This raises the question of how Real Madrid will manage the underlying competition between the two stars. Is Real building a long-term plan to make Mbappe the club's leading player, surpassing even Vinicius in the future? If so, we may see a strong media strategy to help Mbappe not only succeed on the field, but also compete for individual honors like the Ballon d'Or. But that plan could take years, and in the short term, we will continue to see the struggle between two major stars within the same team. In conclusion, Mbappe's decision to stay in Madrid and skip the French national team shows his commitment to Real Madrid and his desire to prove himself.